I wanted to start today and talk a little bit about outsourcing because, obviously outsourcing could mean many things to many people, and I really wanted to start with a personal example of outsourcing because I actually outsource many elements of my business. So I have a large organization of one, yet I do a lot of outsourcing. I've got someone in Toronto that does my graphic design. I've got a web designer that's based out of Korea. I've got someone else that does my accounting and bookkeeping, right? I've got, actually the video guys and the photographers in the room today are local from Regina. I've got someone from Asia that's transcribing some teleconferences that I do. I'm outsourcing things to all over the world, depending on what makes the most sense for my business. Another one, revenue stream. And what I mean by revenue stream is if we get good enough at making this in-house, is this actually something we can sell to other people, right? So we get so good at producing it for ourselves that it actually becomes a competitive advantage for us, and we can actually sell it to other people. So it becomes another revenue stream that we can sell to others, maybe even our competitors. If you think about it this way, for those of you that have been part of an RFP process where you've asked for references, and frankly, probably for everyone in this room that's ever gone for a job interview, where the potential employer has asked you for references. Well, have you ever given a bad reference on your own resume? Somebody asks for references, you're not going to give somebody that you know is going to say bad things about you. You're going to give references that you know are going to say positive things about you. But even those companies, so if you're looking at an outsourcing provider and they provide you a list of 5 companies, you've got to expect that those companies are going to give them positive marks. But even talking to those companies, you're going to find out some things that maybe you wouldn't have found out just by looking at the internet or looking at a report. Because you talk to these customers and you ask them questions like, sure, they were great at service. Did you get what you expected, right? You're now 5 years into this relationship with them. Are you getting what was promised on day one, right? They might say, yeah, we're getting most, so you're going to get some insight if you ask those kinds of questions. So you'll ask the standard questions, are you happy? How's their customer service? Do they treat you like a good customer? All those kinds of things. But if you start asking them some probing questions, did you get what you expect? Have they lived up to their end of the contract? Those kinds of things. Those are the important questions that even asking a positive reference, you're still going to get some valuable insight. Is there anything that I should know that you wish you'd known before you signed the contract? That's a very powerful question because it'll force them to think, but usually every company will be able to come up with something. I wish I had added this clause, or I wish I'd known this, right? So researching those potential outsourcing providers, very important. Is this consistent with what you guys are seeing in your everyday lives? Any insights anyone wants to provide? We can make it interactive. I'm okay with that. Yes? So are you talking about how would I sell the change internally? So if I've decided we need to go to outsource, how do I get my organization to get on board? Is that? Okay. Well, to me, to simplify it, it really comes down to one question, which is what's in it for me.